An absolute thriller in Game 1 brings us right back to Mun Ice Arena for Game 2 of this pivotal matchup. Number 3 Penn State looks for revenge as number 1 Michigan State looks for the sweep. All of that on the line here tonight and coming up on Big Ten Plus. Hello everyone, Jacob Bauer joined alongside Jordan Cyprian as we get ready once again for this top 3 matchup between the number 3 ranked Penn State Nittany Lions and the number 1 ranked Michigan State Spartans. And Jordan, we knew there was a lot of anticipation going into this weekend series, and Game 1 certainly delivered. It was a 2-1 overtime victory for Michigan State, with Tiernan Chowdy getting the game-winning goal for the Spartans. But really, Jordan, the story in that one was not only the physicality and the emotion from both of these teams, but the good defensive plays and goaltending from both of these squads.
Yeah, you put it really well, which is really surprising as both of these teams known for putting the puck in the back of the net. Michigan State and Penn State both averaging over 3.5 goals for in the conference so far. So we were kind of expecting a high-scoring affair. I believe me and Jacob were talking before the game. We kind of gave our score predictions. I think we both said it was going to be 5-2, kind of a more high-scoring affair. But Trey Augustine and Kevin Radler were not having any of that. While Kevin Radler might have gotten the loss, he still made 30 saves on 32 shots and helped keep Penn State in the game. Same thing with Trey Augustine on the other side, as well as Matt Basgall, who made an excellent stop on J.J. Webush backdoor to help keep the game tied really early on the power play. So looking to see if we see any more of that tonight.
Yeah, the offenses weren't as prevalent as we initially thought, but the man who had the most chances last night was Gavin McKenna. He had the most shots for this Penn State team and scored the lone goal for the Nittany Lions. But both these teams are very familiar with his recruiting story, and he showed up in Game 1 and looking to do it again in Game number 2.
Yeah, as you mentioned, both of these teams really familiar with his recruiting story, as the Munsters made sure to let you know every time he had the puck, booing him on the ice. He had the lone goal for Penn State, which if you ask him, I'm sure he'll tell you he's had prettier ones, but again, they don't ask you how, they ask you how many. And he had the goal that helped propel the Penn State Nittany Lions into overtime, as well as having the most scoring chances for Penn State by far with 7 shots on net. So we're looking to see if he can help Penn State be one of the only teams in the Big Ten so far to not get swept through a Big Ten series.
Well, him and this Penn State team really tested the Michigan State goaltender, but there's a big reason why he was the Big Ten goaltender of the year last year. Trey Augustine returns back in net for Michigan State. He was great in Game number 1 and looks to keep it rolling as he gets the Game 2 start here tonight.
Yeah, they don't hand out first-team All-Americans to just anyone. Trey Augustine is as good as they come in college hockey, as he was an absolute backstop brick wall last night for Michigan State, stopping 24 of 25 shots and really being a huge key factor in Michigan State's win. Tiernan Chowdy said it the best in his post-game interview. He was talking about Trey Augustine really made the saves that helped energize the team and got them going, as well as making a big-time save in overtime right before Chowdy's game-winning goal. So we're going to look to see if he can help backstop Michigan State to a sweep over the Nittany Lions here tonight.
Well, the tension is thick. The excitement continues to build here in Mun Ice Arena as we get ready for this top 3 matchup in the Big Ten Conference. Number 3 Penn State against number 1 Michigan State is coming up next. But first, we'll send it down to the rink. With more on this matchup, we'll send it to the third member of our team, Charlotte Terbrack.
Thanks, guys. As we're heading into
side for Van Sagi. As we talked about last night, it's going to be a very important first goal for either of these teams. Looking to see if one team can strike first early on than we saw in that last game. Here's Basgall. His shot goes wide. Dowiak will put it up ahead. Play on the boards. Kind of trying to bring it up in front. And Sagi, a little setup there as he poked it out of Fleming. And neither Penn State nor Michigan State likes the play so far. This is a continuation of what we saw last night. And usually what you see in the college hockey landscape is Game 2, if we saw a lot of physicality in Game 1, only amps it up to another degree. Here comes Schoen, dancing with the puck, leaves it. Here's a shot, quick chance. Penn State can't get it to go. Crespo had the look. Now Schoen again. Augustina battle in front. They'll stop play again. Physicality just continuing to amp up. We're only 2 minutes and change into this one. Third line of forwards out there for Penn State. They're responsible for the 1 goal, but here's Stramel, his shot, and scores! Right away, Michigan State gets on the board in game 2. 1-0 Spartans. First line for Michigan State, getting it done. 2:31 into this one.
Charlie Stramel is a guy you expect from the Spartans to be all over the score sheet. He's going to score his 4th goal of the season. Just excellent job getting into the right spot, and it's a great job.
Just a freshman in net for Penn State. As now here's a breakaway for the Nittany Lions. 2-on-1, shade the shot and a save from Augustine. Quickly now, Misa fires one in. We got another stoppage here. Now still with the puck. Up on top now, Lawback over to Smith. He'll shoot, and Augustine puts it right in the glove.
Penn State 29, 2 minutes tripping.
They're going to get Reese Lawback with a tripping penalty, so Spartans will get their first chance at a power play here tonight. Michigan State had 3 chances last night. They went 0 for 3, and they're facing a Penn State penalty kill that ranks number 1 in the Big Ten Conference at 91%. Penn State, we talked about, they lead in penalty minutes in the Big Ten Conference and per game as well, but when you're excellent at the penalty kill, you can help shave that weakness off. Over to Lee, his shot, no, loose puck. Russell can't get a stick on it, and Penn State able to clear. Could do enough to kill that power play, and it will. Another successful penalty kill as that one hits the scoreboard. Nice little dink and dent.
Yeah, that's going to be an expensive dent up there, but the Michigan...
Probably on the same projection here as Romani chases after the loose puck. Here he goes, the freshman. Fleming there. Lee, the shot goes wide. A chance on the rebound. Spartans can't capitalize. Third line out there for Michigan State. Misa now leaves it for Nielsen. He'll take over for the Spartans. A pass in. Lee, a quick shot. And can't get it to go. Fleming was ready for it. Nielsen now as Fascia loses his stick. Up ahead, Godowski. Working on Shouties, he'll block him from getting the puck. Over, here's Stramel. Pressure comes from Penn State as they'll get the puck back. 1:30 to go, and we talked about how big it was for Michigan State to take the first intermission lead in last night's game. As Stramel has the puck again, cross, and there's Porter Martone. Scores! Back of the net again as Michigan State has doubled their lead. We talked about last night how big a 1-0 lead was at the end of the first for the Spartans. How about 2-0 as Porter Martone does just that?
Yeah, this one, just no chance for Josh Fleming at all. You got to get a little help from your defense there. Just Stramel to Martone right there, back door.
Serrato can come up with a puck. Quick 2-on-1 here, finds Weebush, and a save from Trey Augustine. Weebush looking for his 12th of the season, has it denied by Trey Augustine once again. First period, but Penn State still only a couple here in the second. Here's Serrato, his shot, and believe that hit off the post. Goes out of play. A chance there for Charlie Serrato. Leads the nation in points and almost had his 5th goal of the season.
Yeah, he's tied right up there with J.J. Weebush in points, and this one just right off the crossbar. And
put it for Martone up ahead. Here comes Stramel. Has Russell with him. Right in. Leaves it for Russell. Bouncing her in front, and Fleming comes in and collects. Daniel Russell just ran out of space to try to control that puck. Battle with Jackson Smith. Still battle for it on the far side. Quick shot here, Starback, and a save from Josh Fleming. To keep this a 2-goal game for his offense to try to catch up. Manisto, quick shot. Here comes Shouty. Loose puck in front, and Fleming on it once again. Bear rug to get on that puck. And he saves another chance away from the Spartans. Stramel working on that near side. Back for Russell. Trying to go in the middle. Ralph will shoot it in, and they score! How about it? himself with the shot. We'll have to see if there's any deflections, but Michigan State has a huge goal here in the second.
Colin Ralph gets his first point as a Spartan. And
Michigan State has just continued to bring the aggressiveness here in the second period. 4:33 to go between these two teams. Spartans up 3-0. We'll have more second period action coming your way on Big Ten Plus. Push behind the goal. And Spartans back to full strength. Trying to find McKenna, and quick in front to Marsico with a shot. Augustine there, and the brick wall prevails again for the Spartans. Spartans. It's been all Michigan State here in game number 2. And with more on the breakdown, we'll send it to our studio show. Josh Lee and Matt Gusowitz with more breakdown on this game so far and what to expect in the third period. You don't want to miss it. Top 3 matchup still has to find its conclusion here in game number 2. Stay tuned on Big Ten Plus. Back by the blue line for West. Has it denied, and here's a chance for Penn State. McKenna on the chase. Spartans quickly back. A work on that right side, trying to control the puck as Shouty pesters him. Inside for Fascia. Here's a shot by Schoen, and Augustine quickly gets over to make another save. Has the puck. Over for Martone, now for Russell. He'll work in, shoots, loose puck. Who wants it? Behind the net, it goes. And Jackson Smith takes it up for Penn State. Welcome back, and just a reminder, this game is being produced by students at Michigan State University as a part of the Big Ten Network Student U program, an on-campus experience that is unique to the Big Ten. Student U is part of an educational mission to teach the next generation of sports production professionals. For more information, visit BigTenNetwork.com/StudentU. Take a look there at our newly renovated control room. Able to bring you matchups as big as this one. But you certainly get to a point where you might need to go in desperation mode. Riker Lee, another great chance, gets a shove from Crespo, and bodies are flying here in East Lansing. Watch out, with 6:09 to go, it finally represents the boiling point. Continues to go. Whoa! Referees trying all they can to stop this, but it's getting a little messy.
this is something, if you're Mitch.
Penn State opts for the extra skater, empty net. Spartans will cycle it around. Empty net opportunity, they'll send it up ahead. Here's a chance, there goes Russell. Stramo all alone, the dagger! Charlie Stramel, his second of the night, puts Michigan State up 4-0.
And that's the dagger right there. Just not what you want to see from the Penn State Nittany Lions. Had all 5 players pushed too far.
On the ice, trying to find his third. Basgul at the point for Romani. Back to Basgul. Romani finds Russell. Go in the middle. Romani the shot. He scores! The freshman Anthony Romani makes it a goal in back-to-back games, and the Spartans are up 5-0.
Anthony Romani makes it a trio on the season, gets his 3rd goal. He started off the season with Michigan State's first goal of the regular season on the power play, and he's going to go ahead and look like in this game with a goal on the power play.
He'll go retreating. 16 seconds left. Basgul will take it back. Crowd now goes to their feet. They know what their team has just done this weekend and how impressive it is. 2 seconds left, and that's all she wrote. Bring out the brooms here in East Lansing. Spartans sweep the number 3 team in the land and prove to the nation why they belong at number 1. 3-ranked team and second sweep in a row. This Spartan team, after losing in opening night, has been red hot and make a statement to the Big Ten and to the country that they are back for vengeance this season, and certainly this series against Penn State will show nothing but that. And we have to, of course, talk about the man on your screen that you see, Trey Augustine. Finally, we can say it, a shutout. An excellent game for him. Comes up with 35 saves for the Spartans and was just excellent tonight. And his offense really backed him up.
Yeah.